Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. Saturday college basketball action. We've got Iowa State at TCU. This is going to be Scott's video best bet of the week. And Scott, you've got Iowa State coming off a major win on Monday night. ESPN cameras, Big 12 action. Number one team in the country. Oklahoma goes down. They didn't get to enjoy that number one ranking for very long, did they? But it's something that we've seen over the last several years. As soon as you get it, man, that extra weight, it's tough to do. And TCU right now, they're
a fat truck.
Well, I guess
I think he's talking about me here.
Yeah. Hey, I can't call the kettle black, so let's keep it rolling here. TCU, though, they're heading in the opposite direction. 3 straight losses. Scott, we'll let you kick this one off here. Tell us what you're looking at.
Cyclones have been very, very good to us so far this year. We stepped out. In fact, we had a conference underdog game of the month on them at WagerTalk a few weeks ago. The first time they played Oklahoma, they played them in Norman, and they covered the spread as an underdog in that particular game. It's our only game of the month that we've had at WagerTalk in college basketball so far. But they come out and they beat Oklahoma the other night. But look who they played so far in January. Iowa State's played Oklahoma twice. Home against Baylor, at Texas. Last time out, of course, was the second game against the Sooners. They were number one at the time. By the way, I loved all the tweets about the upset with Iowa State being favored. They beat the nation's number one team last time out. They've got Kansas coming up in 2 nights. Monday night, after this game is played. I think this is a tough spot for them to cover 4 buckets, or right thereabout by the time the line comes out. On a larger national scale, to me, this is a much larger national kind of game, obviously. It reminds me a little bit of our free play last week that we did on the podcast on Nebraska against Illinois. Illinois was right in between Purdue and Indiana. Much bigger games, much better at getting those competitive juices going, and they took on a Husker team that they could overlook, and they got beat. Now, I'm not saying Iowa State's going to get beat by the Horned Frogs, but the TCU Horned Frogs do play well for Trent, for their coach. They've done a great job of playing well for him. They had one bad outing against Baylor. Other than that, they played Kansas within 7 at Fog Allen. They played West Virginia within 8. They beat Texas by a point. It's a team that a lot of good teams look past, and I think Iowa State better be careful because I think they're going to be a little bit more looking ahead to Kansas and what they just did last week against Oklahoma.
That would be, as I would like to say, a sandwich spot extraordinary. This is not no 6-incher. This is a foot-long sandwich spot here for this hoagie with this one. Yeah, we got a food joke in there.
Yeah, of course. He hit on it. The upset. I hate it when the fans run on the court in a game they're favored in. It just.
It's when it's the number one team.
It's the number one team.
You're not ranked number one, so it gets viewed as an upset.
I think we're going to see a lot of good spots in the Big 12 this year because the top it's so heavy. They've got so many good teams at the top. They're bound to take, there's going to be so many spots we can make money playing these home dogs, and this could be another one.
Absolutely. So we have it. Scott's video best bet is to take TCU plus the points. Scott, what do you got going this weekend? Tell the listeners.
I mentioned that I've had just the one game of the month at WagerTalk in college basketball. That was a conference, a Big 12 underdog game of the month on Iowa State when they were in Norman to take on the Oklahoma Sooners. It was a good spot, I felt, to go against Oklahoma. Iowa State covered the spread. And we've got our second game of the month since we've been with WagerTalk going this weekend. It's a big conference game of the month, and it's going to be available late Friday night, early Saturday morning for this particular game. So you'll want to check that out as we look to make it 2-0 with the GOMs at WagerTalk.
GOM, all right. And if you want to save $10 on that, use coupon code this week, Big Ben number 10. Just put Big Ben in the number 10. You'll save $10 off any package at WagerTalk. If you want to use it on that weekend all access, you can get all of Scott's plays, including that big 5% play, Thursday through Monday, $69. We'll be back with more here at WagerTalk. Be sure to check out all the other videos and podcasts available each week. And we've got that new podcast going, Beat Vegas. It's up every Thursday night at WagerTalk.com.